Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again. Welcome to today's session. It's a Tuesday. We are trying to get the idea and the plans of the week and continue working. Let's get into it. Truly appreciate you, all of you, joining me. Uh, Tuesday PM session. A bit tired, but we go. Uh, let's get into it. Let me just do that. Here we go. Here we go. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. How's been your week? Make sure that I'm audible. How's been your week? I forgot to do this. So I planned to do what do you call this? Happy, happy Tuesday, brother. So I was planning to do a poll today, but I forgot to do it for some reason. But other than that, let's get into it. So it's a Tuesday. Um, Not so much happening. It's been a very quiet couple of days. Not so much volatility in the market. Um, we are sailing softly, nothing much. But let's get into it. I told you before that I bought Capitec Bank. Oh, not Capitec Bank, Capitec Bank. I am still holding the trade on Capitec Bank. Doesn't wanna push and push to the upside. But however, let's see what's gonna happen. Broadway, thank you, brother. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm still holding Capitec and another stock that I'm holding before I start mumbling with other things. I am holding Cetrix 100. I am holding Cetrix 100 or Nasdaq under the JSE, which is Cetrix 100. Um, this week on the stock side is not looking good. Also, but I'm not holding anything. So we are still holding this. We're still looking to go to the upside. I'm 4% up on this position on this Nasdaq Cetrix. And then it's a bit slow, I should say. And Capitec is a bit slow. And I'm super mad at myself because at some point, I closed off first round very fast. I was holding first round at some point, but I decided to close and take profit very early. I was long there, but now just pushed to the upside, but it's still failing above this high anyway. So it's still failing above that high, and I decided to close profit here. Ask me why, I don't know. I was just having doubts. And then on the stock side, I think that's what I'm holding. But let's get into it, guys. So another thing that perhaps I said I want to look at, I'm closely watching Pepco. We're still falling over, holding the strong support on Pepco. I could look to buy, but for now, I just want to stay out. I will be watching when the earnings date is. Let me just see. Ooh, next earning date in the next 8 days. We have Capitec earning in the next eight days. So I will be looking to see if I can't, what are the earnings projection for Pepco. And then if the earning projections are good, we're expecting to beat expectations, definitely I will jump in because the market, what might be happening, it might be falling over to buy immediately after earnings has come through. So in the next SD, we have earnings period ending on the 25th of March. Okay. But anyway, that's it on the other side. So let's go to Forex and indices. On the Forex side, if I were to look at the macroeconomics, to be fair, nothing much happened. The only thing that happened over the or today we had Australian dollar interest rate announcement, which they kept the interest rate at at 3.85%, and the Canadian CPI is still at about 3.2%, which is quite high, I should say, compared to the American what do you call this? To the American CPI. I mean the American CPI. Canadian is slightly higher. I could look to see a retracement again to just give us a bull move to the upside, but there's nothing much honestly happening on the fundamentals this week. But looking at the fundamental spreadsheet, I will quickly explain now. I just want to do this. Calendar countries. Here we go. This thing is very slow. United States, okay. Anyway, if we to look at GDP growth, it was minus 0.3%. NFP, it was 117. And also, it will be very interesting. It will be very interesting to see what did the big market do, or the big people in the market. What did they do previous week? I will quickly try to get you. I will quickly try to get you the what do you call this? My English is gone. I will try to quickly get you the CO2 report. Um, and I have good news, guys. I'm on my way of purchasing. I am on my way of purchasing a very important piece of my trading. I'm on my way to purchase a very important piece on my trading. The one that will easily help with fundamentals and combining the spreadsheet automatically, not for me to do it manually. So this is extremely good news. I'll truly, truly, truly appreciate your support. And I'm improving, guys. I think I need to improve for you. I'm doing this for you. So we'll get it very soon, for sure. From the first month, from the first week of the month, I will be I will be using it. Just hang in there. But anyway, without mumbling a lot, I just wanted to see the big banks. What did they do? The hedge funds. What did they do on the what did they do with CO2 data? So when you were to look at the CO2 data, I'm looking at gold. Still, when you look at gold the previous week, which was reported on Friday, they added about 2,000 short contracts, while also adding about 746 long contracts. In total, if we were to look at the gold futures in terms of contracts, we are net short. They were not short last week. And it makes sense. Remember, we saw the agreement between China and America. We saw CPI coming lower, so much stability in the market. You will expect that in a short term, hedge funds and big companies will close off, will add more short trades and I'll also show you technically why we've seen gold moving lower as well. That it's a sentiment of what really happened the previous week, but also I'm interested in seeing what happens with the Bitcoin. Did they buy Bitcoin or short Bitcoin, which will be very interesting for me to see. So they added about 417 contracts while closing about 437 contracts on Bitcoin. We are definitely bullish on a Bitcoin even last week. And if we were to correlate Bitcoin and other, and if we were to correlate Bitcoin and you look at Nasdaq, you look at S&P 500, these are risk on assets. So Bitcoin it's an indication of how the market is doing. So normally, if the market is doing quite well, you'll see Bitcoin going to the upside. When you look at the CO2 data, you'll definitely start to see that the hedge funds or bankers, anyway, they will start into buying. They'll start into buying into Bitcoin and Nasdaq and S&P 500. But this is a dollar index. Weirdly, they were closing off position. So more non-commercial hedge funds, they close off 6,000 contracts and they close off 5,000 contracts. Perhaps maybe now we'll start to see a bit of more consolidation in the market, given what these big guys are doing, which is interesting. And if we were to look at long term for the dollar index, it's 50-50. But this is like really long term, it's 50-50. And the last one that I just want to see the CO2, which I find it fascinating, is to see what did they do with Bitcoin? I mean, with Nasdaq as well. As I was explaining, that Nasdaq and US30, they normally go together. And while at it, guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Ooh, look at Nasdaq. They added about 13,000 short contracts, which is weird, hey? I would think for me, honestly, because this I'm not gaslighting you, I would have thought they would have added a lot of long contracts. However, we are net short because they last week, until which was reported on Friday, they added about 13,000 short contracts while closing off, I mean, while adding about 600 short contracts. So you're looking at a net of 13,300. That's the net 13,300 short. So they were net short last week for some reason. Could they have been taking profit? But also, as much as they were shorting, we have seen Nasdaq pushing back to the upside. That was interesting. That's very interesting and weird. From not weird, but very interesting to see Nasdaq pushing to the upside while buying. But now, also look at S&P 500. I'm not gaslighting you. S&P 500, they added about 32,000 short contracts. Look at what happened. Closed about 8,000 long contracts. We are net short. So if not gaslighting anyone, but when you look at the CO2 data, it's very weird that my idea is we will be long term we will be buying Nasdaq and S&P 500. But however, let's get into it, guys. I think I speak about Nasdaq almost every single day. I speak about Nasdaq. I'm looking at this range here, at this fair value gap within this 200 MA that I want to see Nasdaq rolling over, coming back to this 200 MA. Perhaps from there, I want this to hold support. Perhaps from there, I'll look to go long. For now, I am gonna just be standing and watching. But the other one that really I think I'm looking for shorts immediately or very soon is S&P 500. S&P 500, I need to buy it. So I will add my limit. I'm not gonna lie. I will try to add my limit. I will try to add my limit because if we're to look at US30, lately it's been lagging. It's been coming out slowly from that after I remember after Trump announced CPI announced date, we saw the Nasdaq and S&P 500 pushing aggressively to the upside, while Dow Jones hmm, came out from that very slowly and was dragged down by is it National Health? I think there's a health company that was dragging them down. I didn't even really look at so much what happened with it, but it did give it a bit of a drag down, that it dragged US30 down as well. But look, I am gonna try to enter the first position there, and then perhaps if it comes low, I might add the second position. But my main is I wanna add on that fair value gap, which it is a strong support after we broke out. After we broke out, it is a strong support if we're to look at these areas here. So that is why I'm looking to add position there to push to the upside. To push to the upside on US30. And then that's US30. That's what I'm looking for. And another thing that I'm looking for, not even lying or saying whatsoever, but on the forex side, I'm really interested in USDJPY. And I think if yesterday you did join me, I spoke about USDJPY. What I'm looking for long on USDJPY. Remember, I said I'm gonna start to move slowly towards the dollar. And as I explained yesterday, that if we were to compare the dollar and the JPY, compare the interest rate is way too far apart. Comparing inflation is way too far apart. And that could really push the dollar to the upside. And if we're to compare the interest rate, I am lying toward the dollar because if we're to look at the dollar, the interest rate is higher. So if you were to buy, for example, treasury bonds, buy treasury US treasury bonds, you earn more on interest compared to the Japanese. But also inflation is coming lower, though it says we are likely to get interest rate cuts. But in this instance, because comparing, look, if we were to look at the entire macroeconomics and looking at it broadly, you realize that it is stable. Hence, Powell's not going to cut rates now, even though we are likely to get rate cuts this year, but he's likely not to cut immediately or in the next meeting, or it might cut after a few meetings. So that is why I'm a bit careful in this case. And what I'm looking for, it's a trade above that high to push back to the upside. So I am looking to break above this for our current high here. If we break above, I am going to look for a retest around here. Stop loss will be below, and I push the market to the upside, which will be the USD JPY. I have not entered the trade. I don't like that. And if we look at the market now, it looks like it's a bit slow consolidating, because clearly it tells you that there is so much stability in the market right now. Also, Euro JPY, I just don't like how it's looking like. There is another one, that Australian dollar. It's not here. AUDUSD, Australian dollar to US dollar. I'm looking for shorts, and I think over and over again I speak about this. It should be here. Over and over I speak about this. That it's consolidating. So I'm just waiting for a decisive break to the lower side. Just a decisive break below this low. If we get decisive break below there, perhaps, and then I'm gonna look for something like this. But for now, I'm standing on the fence. I think that's what I'm looking for. Also, use DCHF. Technically, it makes a lot of sense, but look at it's retesting the support. You could look to buy here, to be fair. You could look into buying there. Stop loss below if you look at the daily time frame. But I am not gonna buy. I'm just gonna wait until the spreadsheet gives me a bullish bias. And by next week, I will be holding that I'm saying Microsoft, that software. I will be holding that software. So it will be a very interesting time for me trading. My trading will be easy. And the most bullish pair, guys, imagine the most bullish pair, it's USD ZAR. But what is it doing on the spreadsheet, the fundamental spreadsheet? Is breaking below major resistance. We broke below, retested, and now we're still pushing lower, coming for this low. So I don't know if are we gonna hold that low and push back to the upside, because it's giving me the most bullish reading. But anyway, so this was it on the long positioning and on the long positioning. Oh, okay. I did speak about Bitcoin. The last thing that I know people love when I talk about it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It is the dollar. Hey, man. Was it a fake breakout? Wow. Okay, technically, I spoke about this before. Hey, man. The dollar's doing the thing to happen, eh? The dollar's making the pot to cook here. Anyway, so let's look at, gold. So I spoke about we have broken below there, but we can hold this daily fair value gap with the breaker, and it definitely held it and pushed back to the upside. Does this mean the bulls are coming through back? Does it mean lower CPI? The market is already anticipating rate cuts that perhaps will push to the upside also. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Technically, you will say on a retest to this low here, This is technically on a retest to this low. If the market roll over and then hold this, come back and fill that, hold that, and will come back and fill that, can fill that gap that it left. So we could roll over and push back to the upside. Unfortunately, I am not going to look for a trade. And this is purely because I am not looking into buying gold. I think uh, geopolitics is stable and the macroeconomics are stable. So I don't think for me it's the right time to buy gold. I just will be watching unless something changes. That on the retest something happens as it retests lower. Oh, my heater's hot now. As it retests lower, something happens. Definitely, I am gonna look to buy gold. But for now, no. And if we were to look at this one, we're broken above a major trend line here, and we broke above. So technically, gold looks good for bulls, and I saw that coming. Because honestly, for me, that's why I don't like shorting gold. But to call tops to a gold, it's very tricky. It is very tricky, and we saw a fake out, and most people thought maybe gold. We have called the tops of gold. Um, this high will hold, and we saw this breakout, and that breakout. We thought, oh, okay, are we gonna retest there and push low? Unfortunately, the this break and for Valley Gap did hold strongly. But anyway, that was it for the long position for the swing trading updates, guys. Um, join me now as I will be going to the day trading. Give me a second, get me some warm up my thing and switch off this heater. I'll be back in a second. Just give me a second as we go to the day trading show. Okay. So before we get into the day trading show, so you guys tell me what's your bias. Tell me what's your bias for the PM session. What's your bias? And I always say this as I start. The next draw of liquidity for long term, it is this daily bearish fair value gap here. I always say this. I am looking for that long term, but let's look at short term. Short term, we had that fair value gap holding, and that's a daily fair value gap that held there. And if you were to push it, you look at this area here. That's a very strong support as well after we broke above it. But let's look at the 50 minutes fair value gap. We just quickly rejected twice on this fair value gap and we pushed back to the upside. But let's just look at other things. But anyway, yesterday high, previous daily high, we have taken the previous daily high, but the previous daily low still intact, which which is nice. Let me see the weekly. So here we are at, honestly, we are at a weekly fair value gap, and we could hold this for long until we clearly get an inversion of this weekly fair value gap here. Trade above and hold above. Other than that, we will see this consolidation around the weekly fair value gap. But one minute, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And just leave your comment. Tell me what you think. Are you bullish or bearish? And have you commented, guys? So we have taken yesterday's high. Let's see how the market reacted today. So we have set yesterday's high, and then we are coming lower. We could be coming to that. We could be coming lower, but however, we are inside a bullish, a 4H bullish fair value gap here. I will remove this now. So we are inside a bullish fair value gap here. And then let's see. So tell me, guys, are you bullish or bearish? So the 1 hour time frame, oh God, possible that I'm bearish for the pre-night. I barely, to be fair, I barely become bearish, eh? So 1 hour fair value gap holding above there. So 1 hour fair value gap it is holding. 1H FVG. So this 1 hour fair value gap it is holding is pushing lower. Now I just want to see the AM session. How did we move in the AM session? The AM session, we pushed to the upside. We have taken the oh God, look at that. We have taken this previous London's low, coming back to those yesterday's AM session fair value gap range, and now we're coming lower. Could be coming to the AM session low. I'm more comfortable going short, eh? Even though above here, okay, I've seen a reaction here. I don't. We have seen a reaction above here. We have reacted on this 15 minutes fair value gap. So, and there's a breaker as well. So, reacted twice and pushed to the lower side. We have taken the break of structure. So, this 15 minutes, I think this is a very important 15 minutes, eh? If this 15 minutes gets an invasion here, definitely I will look to go short as we retest it again. I will look to go short. Are you bullish or bearish on the PM session? I am more bearish than anything. Okay, just quickly change this color. Okay, anyway, S&P 500 also, it's different. S&P 500, it is slightly different. Look at this. When it looks like we're not gonna get this 15 minutes inversion here. However, we might hold it and push back to the upside. Just quickly say something. Yeah. So there is an SMT here. For those that have seen it between, so there is an SMT in the higher time frame here. We have taken AM session low while S&P 500 failed to do that. S&P 500 was very bad in the morning, not so much movement. Yeah, here we go. There is an SMT. I'm gonna just wait for the next 5 minutes to close. Also, yeah, I'm bearish. I am bearish. To be fair, a retest like this will get a very good trade. Remember, guys, I've not taken this trade yet. Sorry, but I was just mapping out this trade. This will be a very beautiful trade. Yeah, it will be a very beautiful trade. However, I am going to wait for this 15 minutes to close to see if we're going to get that invasion. I'm not going to rush it because it might close back inside the fair value gap. So we might close back inside this 15 minutes fair value gap. If we close inside, I'm not going to take the shot. But other than that, if we get the invasion, I am definitely looking for the short. But a 5 minutes time frame, it makes sense to go short. We are already retesting this 5 minutes fair value gap here. There you go. So guys, what's your bias? Anyway, tell me what's your bias? What's your bias? Come on, give me a 15 minutes innovation. I am short, guys, to be fair. So this will be my target. What I love here, we came back to this value gap here. Also on the S&P 500. So, hey man, this is an A plus setup in terms of my trading style. Coming back here, if you're confident enough, you don't want to wait for the next 2 minutes. You could look for shorts, something like this, but it's not what I'm looking for myself. I am looking for shorts. However, I just want to wait for this 5 minutes to see what's going to happen. If this 5 minutes close outside, I might take a trade. Okay, the next 15 is about to close. Yeah, we are closing. Okay, let me just quickly try to set up here. Okay, we are getting the invasion I was looking for. Yes, sir. I'm gonna wait for, okay, we have closed, so I'm gonna wait for this 1 minute invasion here. I am waiting for something like this. It might leave me though. When I say it might leave me, trust me, it might. Because this favor look, the 1 hour favor look at below it, it's holding. So if we get a break of structure around below there, I love it as well. So I am waiting for this 1 minute inversion. Remember yesterday I struggled with this MetaTrader thing. So I'm just gonna quickly try to get it done in time. Hey man, there's something wrong here. These people are increasing my spreads. I think I might jump ship on this broker. By next week I might be trading on another broker. They've increased my spreads. Hence I'm waiting to avoid that fair value gap. You could take, look, honestly, you could take a trade there to be fair. and it will be a genuine trade. And the trade will be based on the 5 minutes. Look at how the reaction on the 5 minute came in close inside. It will be a very valid trade. It will be a very good valid trade. Working on the 5 minute. Oh, come on. Working on this 5 minute, I wouldn't have blamed you. 5 minutes looks super clean. That will be your first target and overall target this low for today. And if we're to look at here, AM low, AM low. But because for me, I always want to be careful, just wait it out, and don't just jump. Top of the hour might get a good direction to one side or not. So I'm just gonna wait. The spread that just peaked, man. Why are the spread so big? These people are annoying, man. Okay. But anyway, what's your bias, guys? I'm just quickly waiting here. I am gonna be patient. Not even gonna jump on this trade. Trust me. Oops. I am gonna be patient. But how has been your week? Yesterday and today, guys. For those that traded the AM session, how was your day? Sorry, I need to take this call. I am. Okay, so sorry guys. I'm on a trade. Just received a call from my mom. So, but anyway, I'm on a trade. Let's see how it unfolds. I might have jumped in early before we see a closure there, but however, we have this 5 minutes inversion here. Um, Also, we have the break of structure here. We see this 3 minutes is still holding. And then on my side, I wanted to see on this, I wanted to see the inversion of this 1 minute that is somewhere here. There is a 1 minute fair value gap here. I wanted to see that. I saw the inversion there. However, I jumped on early because we saw this closure. I wanted this to close below and on a retest there to enter because sometimes we wouldn't even come back to this fair value gap. However, we came back and closed inside. But the reason why I also decided to go in on the same trade, it's because if we were to look at S&P 500, if we were to look at S&P 500, we clearly see the 1 minute inversion, the one that I spoke about that you could enter a trade. We saw that 1 minute inversion there, and then we saw a break of structure there. We saw this 1 minute, so I entered, and then I entered on Nasdaq, not S&P 500. And your stop loss could be up above it just to cover up that if it comes back and sweep this high and still roll over, you still cover, just at least cover until then. But I decided to go on Nasdaq. So yeah, so let's watch and see, guys. Yeah, I saw that, brother. I was speaking to my mom. My mom called, so I was just on the call with my mother. Come on, man. Ah, okay. Now it's a patience game. So my stop loss is just above the 5 minutes inversion. And then someone else was gonna like put the stop loss above there, but not me. Not me. But let's see. We could be taken out, guys. So I'm not really angry at my trade. I'm fine with it. So the 50 minutes is closed. And one thing about this 15 minutes closure here, it's a very indicative that the market could still come back to this fair value gap there and reject there and start rolling over. So that is why I'm like, I'm gonna hold on. Let's see how you go. And guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support will be highly appreciated. I need to quickly call my wife and ask if she arrived home safe. Let me see. Let me go to audio. If I go to studio, will I be able to add a poll though? Will I be able to add a poll? Because I want to add a poll on this live now. Will I be able to? Currently, live is not here. Okay. Doo-doo, doo, doo. Okay. How do I add a poll, guys? Assist a man, yeah. Sit by the camera. Doo, 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 doo. Okay. It's not happening. Okay, top of the hour already. We don't see a movement to the upside or neither. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, come on. Come break below here. To be fair, nah, to be fair, and to be honest, if you're patient enough, not just be aggressive like me, and allow this closure to happen here, and then look for this retest. Perhaps we're not gonna hear, but we didn't even allow for this closure to happen. We just jumped on immediately when we saw the market retracing back, leaving that fair value gap. And look at now, we are coming back to that high. So we are likely not to hold. Yesterday I took a break even. Today it will be a loss. Possible. It means everything. So doesn't look like it wants to hold that fair value gap, eh? The trade is not looking good. Okay, it's not gonna hold, honestly. Ah, nah, it's not gonna hold. We've taken the week there. Nah, it's not gonna hold. Mm, come on, man. Don't be a slow market. Okay, still on a trade, but we are not looking good. I've, I So, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, that oh, beautiful, beautiful. Gonna move my stop loss to break even. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even because we might immediately reject now. I am gonna close one trade. Come on, man. I am gonna close one and move one to break even. Gonna close one. Okay. Okay, I've taken one. One is on break even. Come on, boys. Hey, come on, boys. We could reject, to be honest. Could reject back up, but um, let's see. Let's see how the 1 minute look like. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna be monitoring the trade on this 1 minute time frame. And also, if this 1 minute break below here and break below this low and look for something like this, I will move my stop loss to this low here just to keep a lot of profit in because it's useless to lose all this profit. But other than that, good trade for the day. Just gonna be watching the reactions in this area. Okay, I'm gonna hold it off. I've taken some, just still holding some. Let's see if you're gonna go move to break even. One position will go to break even or will go all the way to take profit. But can I have some W in the chat? You see the rejection that I was avoiding? Well done. Did anyone take this trade with me? Oh, okay, let's see. To be honest with you, we might start to see some rejection lower. Let's see, 3 minute. Okay, perfect. That's a very important 1 minute fair value gap. Yeah. So if this 1 minute fair value gap holds, um, we will look to still push the market lower. Yeah. Okay. Some baby. Come on. Start rejecting, buddy. Show me some signs of rejection. Come break below this low. So what I believe was if we take out this low, if we take out this low, we are likely gonna roll over. We are likely to still continue moving lower. Okay. Very close to my take profit. Um, very close to my take profit. Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. Ah, come on. I'm out. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Okay, take profit hit for the day. I am gonna call it a day. Oh, how much did I leave on the market? Oh shucks, how much did I leave? Let's see. Okay. Well done. Did anyone take this trade with me? It was a good one. It was a very good trade. Okay. Take profit hit, guys. I think yeah, doesn't look like that. It's quite left on the map. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We have reached our take profit. Um, and should I complain? The answer is no. Ain't complaining. I am not gonna complain. Um, good trade all in all. I closed one and left the other. I could have left the two, and it could be the good trade still. But other than that, beautiful trade for the day. Um, 2.2 R today. And thank you so much, guys. I don't know if I should do the trade recap or not, but so Stop loss here was my entry. This is how my entry looked like. So how many pips? Today I'm gonna call it a day early, guys. So let's see. 67 points. Stop loss was 30, just about 30 points. Okay. And to be fair, and to be honest and fair, um, was there a need for me to take out partials? The answer is yes, there was need for me to take out partials because that really worked on my psychology. If I could have, because the previous few weeks I was break even for the longest time. And yes, I didn't get a 1 is to 2 for both, but if I didn't take partials, it was going to be like almost a 1 is to 2. Oh, it was a 1 is to 2. It was a 1 is to 2. Yeah, it was a 1 is to 2. So thank you so much, guys. Truly appreciate all of you. I'm tired. I'm gonna call you a day early. And what a banger! After a long time taking break evens, this is a very, very, very good trade. Also, a very, very good space to boost back my confidence. My confidence was a bit down lately. Um, that's why I didn't even want to just take another break even, but I decided to hold it off until the end. So sometimes it happens where um, the market on its own, you feel like, look, the market has been just dilly-dallying. I love the way dilly-dallying, by the way. The market has been dilly-dallying around my trade. Why do I have to hold on? Open few trades, and if one trade's going well, and in your profit after taking, I think I took last week, the other week, I took 3 trades on breaking. I was break even for all three, and then on Friday I took a loss, and then we moved on last week. Last week breakdown was I took ooh, I took a loss. I went to take another loss. And then yesterday I went in, I took a break even, and the first position I went in, I just decided to move my stop loss very tight while it was going to my direction, and on a retracement, it took me out on about 3 pips or 4 pips. And then we looked at today again, came back today. The market really made sense. The market really made sense. On a 15 minutes time frame, we saw a 15 minutes time frame, there was an SMT between Nasdaq and S&P 500. And going to the 1 minute time frame, I just waited for a 15 minutes invasion. I had to wait for the 15 minutes market closure. After the 15-minute market closure, I went to a 5 minutes, waited for that 5 minutes closure, as you see there. And then immediately afterwards, I was not confident in taking longs on that 5 minutes invasion. So I just waited to see a break of structure below. It broke structure. I didn't wait for that 1 minute to close, but I entered anyway. And then above, as it retraced lower towards my stop loss, above there was an SMT between Nasdaq and S&P 500. And when I saw that, definitely I jumped on. I was already in when I saw the SMT between on the 1 minute time frame between Nasdaq and S&P 500. And when you look at that, so the SMT that I'm talking about between Nasdaq and S&P 500, it's here. So you see here, there is an SMT here between this is S&P 500 and this is Nasdaq. Come on. And this is Nasdaq. There is an SMT. And when we broke lower, we saw that. I was like, look, I've been on some bad streak lately. Let me not add a position here. Because one will have added another position here. But I felt like I'll be over leveraged and it will be just, I'll be too edgy for me because I'm coming from a losing streak. Sometimes a losing streak plays with your mind. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna try to play smart and add a position and find that I'm a bit over leveraged that will play with my brain. So I decided to say I am not gonna go in. Um, I'm gonna allow the trade to happen. The trade happened, went to my first take profit. Just below my take profit, I took one position off, or I took partials, moved my stop loss to break even, and we went all the way down to take profit. Am I complaining? No. Why did I place the second position early? It was at my take profit on the other side. So, and then I was like, there's no need for me to hold on to a trade while it's already about one pip away from my take profit. Sometimes I do it, but today in South Africa, they will say, what a confidence booster. I'm joking, guys. That was a good confidence booster. And yeah, not complaining and complaining. But here am I, I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you so much for joining me on this trading day. See you tomorrow, and truly appreciate you joining me, guys. You make a difference when you join. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Sometimes I'll be entertaining, sometimes I'll be boring. And after a very long time being live for 1 hour 30 minutes, most of the time it's up to 2 hours, but today 1 hour 30. It's a good day. The market moved quite well. And why not? Why not take profit, man? Yeah. But other than that, please do not forget to click the link in the bio and subscribe to my socials. And most importantly, subscribe to this live, guys. Support me. Let's get to 100 subscribers. And once we get there, next week I have a surprise for you guys. For the swing position and stock trading, I am working on getting something very important for my trading, more especially my swing trading. So very soon I'll be getting it. Oh wow. Wow. Can I show you something? I don't know how good the quality is. My God. I hope the quality was good. What happened? I hope the quality was good. My mic was off. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe next week I'll be coming here bearing you gifts. I am getting that software, guys. I'm super happy. Ecstatic. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm happy that my losing streak has come to an end, or my break even and losing streak has come to an end. And we got that, that confidence booster. So thank you so much, guys. I truly love and appreciate all of you for joining me. And see you once again tomorrow, 7 p.m. South African time. Same time, same place. Same love. Have a great